Welcome back to the channel, guys. First of all, Merry Christmas. Secondly, Happy New Year. So this video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to take a look back at the year, have a little bit of a review, look back on the best videos, what's to come for the channel, what's next, and just give you my overall thoughts and life right now. 2025 has been an incredible year, especially for this YouTube channel. I only started this channel actually last year in 2024. I think it was January 21st, 2024. So the channel is almost 2 years old and it surpassed my expectations, if I'm completely honest. We had a lot of good trips this year. Looking back on the year, started off January, went to Philippines, filmed some cool videos, did some street interviews, traveled around, went to Manila and Boracay and Palawan. And then after that, filmed some videos in Koh Samui, which I absolutely love because I think I've only been there 2 times because it's kind of a little bit more difficult to get there compared to, say, you know, Krabi or Phuket, but it's just one of those complete tropical serenity islands. And one of my favorite things about Koh Samui is the Pig Island. It's just incredible. You have to get a speedboat from Koh Samui to this Pig Island and it's amazing. But in general, I just love the south of Thailand. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy here in Bangkok. You know, Bangkok is my home. I've been here 7 years now, but every once in a while, I love just going down to the south, going to an island, whether it's Krabi or Koh Samui or even Koh Chang, and just having a little retreat. Also in the north as well, there's Chiang Mai. Went to Chiang Mai recently actually and had an amazing time. I always get that feeling when I go to Chiang Mai, it's like, I can see myself living there, but it's just so remote compared to Bangkok. The thing is about Bangkok is everything's there. You know, it's the city of convenience. You've got sky bars, rooftops, markets, restaurants, lots of friends in my case, and all the connections here. So I'm very happy in Bangkok, but I just love to travel around Thailand and I want to do more of that next year, get more around, and not only in Thailand, but also around Asia. But also in terms of the channel, we didn't only do a lot of travel videos, we also did a lot of other types of videos like market explorations and condo tours, house tours. Went to China this year, which I absolutely loved. That was possibly my most memorable trip of the year. So we started out in Shanghai, which is one of the most incredibly developed cities I've ever been to. The infrastructure there is just mind-blowing. Then went from Shanghai to Chongqing. Chongqing is my favorite city in China. It's just one of those places which you have to see. You feel like, especially coming from the West, you feel like this is a whole different world. And the things to see in Chongqing is just endless. You've got the train that goes through the building. Obviously, you've seen that on TikTok probably 100 times already. And then in the nighttime, the whole city lights up like some cyberpunk movie, and it's surreal. Really surreal to watch. But the month I went, which I think it was July, was maybe not the best time to go. Because in July, August, it's known as I think it's called the furnace or something like that. Furnace city. Because the temperatures reach boiling point, literally. So when I went every single day, I walk outside my hotel, go outside, and you get hit straight in the face with just hot air. It feels like you're walking into a sauna going outside. And I remember it was about 40, 41 degrees Celsius every single day. So that was hard. But despite that, still my favorite city in China. And then also with this channel, I'm trying to introduce more different types of videos, more helpful videos as well. So not only interviews, but where it's interviewing expats, whether that's in a condo tour or a sit down interview with someone who's retired, or they've just moved to Thailand, or they've been in here a while and they want to give their stories and their feedback on what life is really like here. But on top of that, I also want to do a lot of guides as well. So the kind of guides I've done so far for the channel have been like mall videos, summarizing the best malls in Bangkok, best areas in Bangkok. And you guys have been pretty receptive to that and enjoyed it. So it makes me want to do more because they're really helpful. And if I came to Thailand traveling or I moved here years ago, those are the kind of videos which I think would really benefit a lot of people. And they're kind of fun to make as well. I get to travel all around Bangkok or all around Thailand to do that kind of content. But in terms of my favorite videos that I filmed this year, if not the China videos, because it was so out of this world experience, it has to be the interviews with the expats I've been doing in the park, because the stories that they share is just absolutely eye-opening. And it's good even for me. I've been in Thailand a long time now. And hearing these stories just gives you a reminder of what the reality is of what it's really like to live here in Thailand, good or bad. a little bit of life updates for you guys. Personally, I'm trying to take my health more seriously. I do that anyway. You know, I take my supplements. I try to eat healthy most of the time I go to the gym, but I'm really locking in lately. 3 times a week, full body training, upping my protein, just trying to live that healthy lifestyle. Like recently I went to a new, I don't know if it's new, but it's this incredible onsen in Bangkok. It's called Euromori. They've got a few branches and it's great. You go in, you pay about 550 baht. That includes shorts, towel, sauna, steam, hot onsen, cold plunge, and a few other things as well. And it's great. You go in there, stay around an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you come out feeling like a new man. I love it. So I want to do more stuff like that for my health. Not only gym, but just more, you know, health-focused activities. Because I've realized the healthier I am, the more productive I am, the more videos I can make, the happier I am, and the better everything gets. Which is why I always tell my friends, sleep is king. Sleep is number one. If my sleep is right, then I'm just happy. I'm great. So I try to aim for around 7 to 8 hours a night, and I'm good. But yeah, a lot's happened in 2025. We had the earthquake in March, which was crazy. Really, really, really crazy. As an English person, I've never experienced anything like that. We don't have anything on that kind of magnitude in the UK. You know, I live in a high rise. I'm not on the highest floor. Every time someone asks me about this, I tell them like, I was on the toilet. I was taking number 2 when it happened. I had to quickly finish and then stood up and I was like, whoa, the ceiling is shaking. The kind of noises I was hearing, I thought a pipe had burst above and water was just gonna come rushing down and flood my apartment. I had no idea it was an earthquake until I went to the balcony and I could feel the movement of the building swaying. I could see swimming pools on top of other condos just overflowing. And it was surreal. You know, you go outside and it's like an apocalypse scene. Everyone's just walking around. People are half naked in their pajamas. Everyone's in the park because it's safe. Traffic, I've never seen Bangkok traffic as worse as I did on the day of the earthquake. And yeah, I'm one of the people that decided to stay in a high-rise condo because personally, I just have a bit of rationality with these kind of events. I know like they're not common. And that earthquake didn't actually happen in Thailand, it happened in Myanmar, which is a neighboring country. We got the aftershocks. We got the aftershocks of that. So yeah, I'm happy to live in a high rise. I love my condo. As I've mentioned before in previous videos, you know, I live in the center of the city. It's a 2-bedroom condo. It's great. It's nice. It's all white actually. And I've just decorated it with a bit of color like this. Yeah, I'm really happy right now. I think I'm one of the happiest I've ever been. I had a story that I want to tell you guys because a lot of my friends are content creators and they suffer from burnout. And they ask me for advice like, you know, they make these content, they do these videos and they burn out. And this is also good advice for any aspiring content creators or YouTubers that are watching this right now and you're thinking how to balance your time. And for me, it's all about perspective. So I used to be a teacher, as you guys are aware. I was a teacher in Thailand for 4 years and I enjoyed it. I liked it, don't get me wrong, and that was my degree in teaching, but it wasn't my passion. And I quickly found that out after 2 or 3 years of doing that, maybe even sooner to be honest. So, you know, living a life where you're waking up Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and it's not your passion, you don't feel like you're living, you feel like you're existing essentially. And that was my mindset for years. So I never planned on being a full-time YouTuber, Instagrammer, TikToker. That was never my plan at all, but that was my hobby and my passion. And while I was teaching, I did that part-time. So like I tell people this, I didn't make any money from content for the first 2 to 2.5 years. It was just me making content in my room occasionally. And then I built that up to, okay, I'm doing this every day. Easy videos. So a lot of you may or may not be aware, but I started out my content journey on TikTok 2020, built up a following on TikTok to now, which is 3.7 million, which still blows my mind. And then after 2 years on TikTok, moved over to Instagram Reels because that launched in, I think it was 2022. So now I was doing Instagram and TikTok for a couple of years. And then I'm like, what's the next step? What's a new challenge? And for me, I mastered short form, I knew how to do it, I knew how to edit, how to film, everything that comes along with that. I feel like I was at a pretty decent level. So I thought YouTube was a whole different ball game. with it being long form. Personally, I find YouTube a lot harder than making Instagram and TikToks. You know, you can pick up a phone and make an Instagram video within 30 seconds. You can edit that on your phone within another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and bang, you're done. That's one video. YouTube takes scripting on some certain videos. It takes a lot of thought, planning. Filming can take hours in some cases. Editing can take days. So I wanted to start YouTube for a new challenge, and here we are. But my point was, how do you stop burnout and fatigue? Because a lot of my friends, we talk about this. And for me, it's all about perspective. I think back to when I was a teacher. A couple of years ago, I would have dreamed of being in the position I am in right now. Like making videos, waking up anytime I want, going to the gym anytime I want, eating foods that I like, you know, little luxuries of going to eat at a nice shabu restaurant once a week or twice a week. I enjoy little things like that. It's the freedom, it's the time freedom, the financial freedom, and the location freedom. And all those add together. It's like a Japanese concept called ikigai. You take what you're good at, you take what you love, and you take what helps people, and you put that all together, and that's your ikigai. And I feel like I'm living my ikigai with making content. So when I get stressed or I feel burnout, I just think back to previous times of how I would have dreamed of being in what I'm doing right now. So it's all about taking a step back and being grateful. Gratitude, that's the key. So my friends got married recently, went to Kanchanaburi. Kanchanaburi is about 3 hours drive west of Bangkok, and it's beautiful. Very rural, mountainous, you've got waterfalls. So my friends Ruslan and Pugan got married. And honestly, the wedding was like a fairy tale wedding. Like, it wasn't a typical Thai wedding. It's kind of a mix between a Western and a Thai wedding. Ruslan came out on a horse, which was, you know, infinite aura kind of move there. And yeah, the wedding was nice. It was beautiful. Very, very amazing wedding. Great people, firstly. Ruslan and Pugan, perfectly matched. So congrats to my friends on the wedding. And not far away from Kanchanaburi, you'll find a province called Ratchaburi. So I went there recently and I made a video with a guy called Danny Diesel. And you're gonna see this in the next video coming out. This is gonna be a really, really epic one. So if you've probably seen it before, maybe on TikTok or YouTube, longtail boat rocket racing. So these are turbocharged longtail boats. They take an engine from a truck with an insane amount of horsepower and they stick it on the back of a longtail boat. So I got introduced into the motorsports industry in Thailand. And I think after experiencing that for the first time, I'm gonna have to go back again and make some more content because it was so fun. I'm smiling just thinking about it. So I just checked on my YouTube and we uploaded 75 long form videos on the channel this year. You know, taking a look back at the year, it doesn't feel like that. When you upload once a week or twice a week, you only see those evident, you know, stacks of videos only over time. So the fact that we've got 75 videos for the channel this year is absolutely mind-blowing. I did try to upload once a week in the beginning of the year, but then I've upped it now to almost 2 videos a week most months. So it's around 7 to 8 videos a month for the channel. I'm also trying to up the quality of the videos. So sometimes it won't be 8, it might be 6 or 7, but with higher quality. And I'm just trying to get the balance. Like if I've got enough time and I can manage my time right, organized, then I can make as many videos as possible for you guys. Because honestly, like seeing the comments on the channel this year, it really, really motivates me to just keep going and do more. I love you guys. Like we're building this community on the channel and it's great to see. And honestly, I welcome all kinds of feedback, good or bad. You can just throw it out there. I'll never get offended. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to you guys for also supporting the channel, watching the videos, hitting that like button, you know, classic YouTuber stuff to say there. Also, I get to meet a lot of you in Thailand as well. Some of you guys come up to me in the street and you just say, you know, I watch your videos and we have a little bit of conversation. Or people say, I moved to Thailand because of you, which is mind-blowing. The fact that I'm having that much of an influence on people's lives is great. And if I can continue that and help as much as possible to you guys watching, then that is great. Like I said, I have a lot of things planned for this channel. And next year, I plan to do quite a few trips. I want to take you guys to Japan. I've never been. Tokyo, maybe Osaka or another city. Philippines, I would like to go back again. I've been twice, and Philippines is one of my favorite countries, apart from Thailand, because of the people, the beaches, the affordability there, the things to do and things to see. It's a really amazing country. I do love the Philippines. And also Myanmar. Now that's a bit of a different one. Obviously, they had a bit of a tough situation with the military coup over the past few years, but I'm hearing from people there in big cities in Myanmar that it's safer to visit. So I'd also like to venture over to Myanmar because I know they have a lot of beautiful things to do and see there. The people are great. Oh, and we also did my first podcast this year. So I went on Eric's YouTube channel, which is One Night in Bangkok, and spoke about my life. So if you want to check out that video, I'll link it in the description. So that was basically about my life, becoming a YouTuber and a content creator in Thailand, my backstory about being a teacher, leaving the West, living in Thailand, things to do, best places to see. That was good. I enjoyed doing the podcast. I really liked that. The year before, I did my first radio appearance, which was in Singapore, which that's also on the channel. But yeah, being on a podcast is great. And also Eric is just a really cool guy. And yeah, I can see a lot of growth for that channel, One Night in Bangkok. I also watch it quite frequently. So to be featured on the channel was awesome. And I loved it. Right here, I've got my goals written down for 2025. So these are the goals I wrote January 1st this year for what I wanted to achieve in 2025. So I want to go through it and see what we've hit, what we've come close to hitting, and what we've just not hit at all or just completely failed at. So my first goal was get a PT, which I did have a personal trainer, and then I injured my shoulder. So we had to stop that for the time being. My shoulder is pretty much recovered. So I'm thinking about going back to having a PT again. But that was a good experience because the good thing about having a PT is they correct all your form. And I had a lot of bad form. So that was a good idea. And you know, in Thailand, you can get a PT, it's pretty cheap. I think it was, I can't remember how much it was per session, but it worked out to not a lot, maybe 500 baht. Next one was upload weekly on YouTube. We smashed that goal because now we're uploading most weeks twice a week, sometimes once, sometimes twice a week. So that's a big tick right there. Travel to Japan. I didn't do that. So that's for next year, 2026. Travel to Philippines. Again, that's for 2026. Travel to England and Switzerland to see family. I did that this year in July and that was great. I normally go back home once a year. Obviously my family is English. I'm from England, but I also have a bit of family in Switzerland. So it's a good excuse to go over there. Is Switzerland beautiful? Hell yes. Is it extremely expensive? Yes. So I can't stay too long in Switzerland for that reason, but it's beautiful and it was lovely to see my family there in Switzerland and also England. And I'll be going back to England next year in 2026 for a trip as I normally do. Next goal was go to the gym regularly at least 3 times a week. I was gonna say that was a massive tick. Apart from when I got injured, I took off about a month or 2. We did that every single week, 3 times a week. Unless I'm traveling, then it might be dropped down to 2. I wrote down here, continue to limit my alcohol. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't say I'm not gonna drink. I quit drinking because I feel like you should have everything in moderation. So for me, drinking once a month, once every month and a half, I'm fine with that. It's all about balance. Next one was continue to diversify my content, which I feel like I do because like I mentioned before, my content on Instagram and TikTok is kind of different to what I upload on YouTube. So it's diversified in that aspect and as well as my income streams. So now pretty much it's 60% of what I earn is from Instagram and TikTok, brand collaborations, brand deals. And then 40% of what I earn is from YouTube, whether that's ad revenue, sponsorships, affiliates. It's not only diversified content, but it's also diversified income portfolio, which makes me happy because that's what I want. Next one was get an assistant. I did not get an assistant, but honestly, I don't think I need it right now. I was flirting with the idea, but I'm not too upset about not achieving that goal. Next one was metrics and numbers. Reach 450,000 followers on Instagram. I think at the time of filming now, I'm at about 440 maybe. So it's pretty close. but we didn't reach it. So that's an X. That's a fail. But it's not a fail really, because the Instagram is growing pretty good. Like, if you didn't already, go follow me on Instagram. It's kind of like, it's different to my YouTube. It's more about life in Thailand, whether that's exploring hotels, a restaurant, a new activity, Thai language, culture, tips, advices, or just my general life. You'll see it there on Instagram. And yeah, apart from YouTube, Instagram is my favorite platform. I love it. Next goal was for YouTube, reach 35,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we smashed that. We really smashed it. At the time, right now, we're at over 61,000 subscribers, which is just, I can't even comprehend that. Like the fact that 61,000 of you guys have hit that subscribe button and follow along the journey. So thank you. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate every single one of you watching. And I'm excited. I'm really excited for what's to come for this channel. Next one was expanding my forms of income, which I'm doing, whether it's brand collaboration, affiliates, ad revenue, one-off appearances. For example, this year I did a speech on stage where it was like a hotel event. There was about 100 or 200 people there. And I went up on stage and talked about content. But in terms of content advice for people in the hotel industry, now they can use content and use content creators and influencers to reach a big audience. So it's nice to share my knowledge in that kind of sense. Oh, next one was to do with exercise, 10,000 steps a day. I love walking, and I checked my steps and it averaged at just under 9,000 per day for the year, which honestly I'm happy about that. 10,000 steps a day is quite hard to reach, but 9,000 is good enough. But next year, let's aim for 10. Let's go 1,000 average better. Next one was have more self-care days, which, like I talked about with the onsen, I like treating myself every now and again. If it's a massage, a foot massage, an oil massage, an onsen trip, a cold plunge, an ice plunge, a sauna, all this stuff makes me feel super regenerated. Honestly, I didn't do a lot of that in the beginning of the year, but towards the end of the year, I ticked off a lot of those boxes. And then the last one was just to be happier in different aspects. So form good relationships with my friends, my girlfriend, eat healthier, and just live a lifestyle that I'm proud of and I'm happy with. And I think I ticked that box. Honestly, probably say about achieved 60 to 70% of my goals last year. So not bad, not too bad of an outcome. And also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos, because I've got a lot of plans for this channel for the next year and I'm so excited. It's not only going to be condo tours, it's going to be house tours, it's going to be interviewing all different types of people, whether it's expats, Thais, and fun adventures. Like for example, the next video I'll briefly teach you about would be long tailboat rocket racing. Super fun. I want to do more adventurous stuff like that for the channel. And just different things, you know, new things. Like another video I'm going to be doing very soon is I'm going to interview a Thai policeman and he's going to talk about his life. So it's good to get perspective on those kind of things. But I'm going to be showing you the best places to visit in Thailand, in Bangkok, the best areas, scams to avoid, video guides on where to stay, what to do, how to save money. I want to make this channel a channel that you come to and you know exactly what you're going to get. And I can make a promise to you guys right now that I'm going to deliver on that. And you're going to see. So I'm very excited for 2026. And something that I'm also really excited to share about with you guys is the fact that I'm bringing out my own products. So I'm currently in the process of creating some ebooks on travel and moving to Thailand and getting you set up and sorted here. So that is currently underway. I'll give more information about that once we're closer to the release date. But the reason why I did that is because I get so many DMs and it's hard to answer all of you guys. So I'm essentially taking all of my knowledge over the past 7 years and putting it into an ebook or a few ebooks essentially. It's just going to summarize everything. Whether you're moving to Thailand, whether you're traveling to Thailand, I have that covered. So stay tuned for that. So like I mentioned, the goal this year was to reach 35,000 subscribers on this channel. And we smashed it. We reached over 60. So, you know, 50K is a big goal for a YouTube channel. And the fact that I reached that this year, after only starting the YouTube channel last year, makes me unbelievably happy. And also this. What? There we go. Look at that. that is my award that I won. Not for my YouTube, but for my Instagram and TikTok. It's a Thailand Influencer Award 2025, winner of Best Cross-Culture Influencer. So I won an award this year. It puts things into perspective when you can see it visually like this, because I like to think I'm hardworking and I like to think I'm organized, but when you get an award like this in person, you go up on stage and it's surreal. Like, it's really, really surreal to see how far that I've come. You know, a few years I was teaching English, especially my first government school that I taught at. It wasn't the best. My income was around 35,000 Thai baht, which is not enough to live on if you're having just that as a wage. And to be in the position I am right now, where we have a growing YouTube channel, have you guys as an awesome community, I've won an award, and the channel just keeps on getting bigger and better. I'm just so thankful and grateful. So I want to say thank you for you guys. So I want to say thank you to the long-term sponsorships of the channel, because they not only support the channel, but they help keep the cogs churning and running, and it keeps the channel growing as well. Because the more sponsors we can get for this channel, the more I can put back into the channel, invest in, you know, camera equipment, invest in traveling more and making more awesome content for you guys. So I want to say thank you to Pacific Prime, which is a health insurance company which sponsors a few of the videos every single month. And also YesSim, which is an eSIM company which recently are getting involved in the channels. So big shout out to those sponsors who help grow the channel, and hopefully more to come. You know, one of the best things about making content is the fact that it opens avenues and doors. And the people I've met from making videos is incredible. I've made some of the best friends of my life, not only this year, but last year as well, from making videos. And you never know what's gonna happen, you know? That's what I like about making YouTube videos. You never know who's gonna be watching. And it could open a new door, like I met Danny Diesel, and he took me long-tail boat rocket racing. Just experiences like this. So I think it's a good lesson to put yourself out there, say yes to more things, more experiences, because you never know what's gonna happen. And I love Thailand. I really, really love Thailand. But more importantly, I wanna say thank you to all of you guys that are watching, because you are the channel. You make up the channel, you're the community. I see your comments, I read them, I try to reply to as many as possible. And a big thank you to all of you guys that are just here on my journey and just showing up, because when I get feedback from you guys, not only comments, but meeting you guys in person and having those real conversations, it really just makes me motivated to do more and work harder and just provide good quality videos for you guys. So thank you. And I want to know a little bit more information about you guys. Just comment down below, tell me how long you've been watching the channel, how long you've been subbed, where are you watching from? Excuse me. And also, Happy New Year. I was also thinking about doing a Q&A, so if you have any questions that you want to ask me below, whether it's about Thailand, travel, moving here, Asia, being a YouTuber or a content creator, put it down below and I'll try to answer them in a video, or I'll reply to your comments. And that was my year in review. So thank you so much for your support this year. Stay tuned for the next video, you're gonna love it. See you in the next one.